stride with the pass. The screen, he's got wheels. Finding an escape route. Running free. Past the 30. 10. Touchdown time. Once he got a step, it was all over right to the house.
What a way to start this game offensively. You find the matchup you like, you put it in his hands, and he does the rest. The defense looks like they were sleepwalking out there to start this game. One play, they go the distance to score a touchdown. This defense better wake up.
And the ball will make it into the end zone. No return on that one for a touchback. Running back searching for a fouls through the defense. These little gains can start to add up as he gets it up to the 34. Let's take a second to look at the big picture for Florida. It's been a season to remember so far, fresh off their new top 10 ranking. How far can this team go?
Well, they're starting to get there now, right? And I think once you get some big wins, Jason, and you start to climb up, you start to feel that in the momentum and the confidence that it builds with your squad. I think we might just be scratching the surface with this group.
Yeah, that's the difference with this team. It feels like they're really starting to believe. We always knew they were talented. They knew it too, but getting some of these big wins this season, I think they now believe they can take down anybody in the country.
The offense lines up at the 41 with a 1st and 10.
Like this, man, your quarterback feels a little bit more comfortable. The defense feels a little bit uneasy. The offensive line gets settled in. Nice start by this offense.
The give to the left. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play.
Great job of containing by this defense. And in order to do that, the end man on the line of scrimmage defensively has got to be able to set the point and force the football back into traffic. And that's exactly what happened.
Right down the middle. Can't make the connection, and the defense putting on the heat and forcing the incompletion. Guys, it's almost impossible to overstate the importance of this game. The result might well be the cut line between really good bowl and the playoffs.
That's a really good point, Reese, because at this point of the season late, this is a resume builder, and this might be the win that you need to improve your status and impress the committee where they put you in the college football playoff.
Yeah, in these top 10 games, they get more attention. More people are there, more people are covering, more people are talking about it, more people are spreading it. So, obviously, to do it on this stage will go a long way to determine whether this team gets in the playoffs.
On the move. We'll give him a couple on that one. 2nd and 8 coming up.
The big fella in the middle, man. Those defensive tackles, they go such a long way in deciding and really stopping the other team's run game. Just forcing contact with those guards and those centers, owning the line of scrimmage, and getting running backs on the ground.
Give to the running middle. Trying to pound their way forward. He picks up a couple to the 31.
Well, he got you 2 on 1st down. He got you 2 on 2nd. 2 won't get it done on 3rd. You're going to have to go somewhere else if you're on offense here to stay on the field.
8th play of the drive coming. It'll be a 3rd and 6. Referee signals timeout. It's the defense wanting to make sure that they have everything just right with a big play coming. 8th play of the drive coming. It'll be a 3rd and 6. Motion from the wideout. He might want another play. Looking for a man. It's Floyd. Working that right side. Now they know the first down, and now they've got it at the 15-yard line. And the Gators come to the line with a fresh set of downs. Leaves it with the running back. He's dragged down at the 12 as they try to cash in on this red zone opportunity. It'll be second down, and remember, they can pick up a first without scoring. Those two not on the same page. It's incomplete.
Well, on the opening drive of the game, establishing the rhythm and the cadence offensively is really, really important. They've done some good things on this first drive to put them in this situation. Obviously, you just threw an incompletion on second down. Likely going to throw it again here right now. Quarterback has just got to settle in. Timing is important. Get rid of the ball on time. Trust your read and execute this passing play if you're throwing.
On third and long, trying to have a big completion here. He's got the tight end. Gets it inside the 5, down to the 4, and it'll be first and goal. How valuable is a tight end in the red area? Now they're set up with a first and goal.
I love it. Find the big fella down in the red area. Big target, works the middle of the field, easier throws. Nice job by this offense of keeping it very simple.
And he is stopped. Not getting close to the end zone. Line of scrimmage still at the 3. The offense wastes no time getting the timeout call. They've got it down to the 3. Now it's second and goal. Tries again to get it in. And there was nowhere to go. Just stopped in his tracks in the backfield.
This has been really good for the defense, too. It's kind of a bend-don't-break mentality, right? Really bowing up with your backs against the wall. If you can win this next third down, try to force the opponent into a field goal. That's a win if you're on defense.
Looking for the touchdown on third and goal. Stop the threat. Inside the 40. The 30. The 20. He's at the touchdown, Alabama. What a play. Not only the interception, but the great return for the score.
And the defense sets the tone early in this football game. We're still in the first quarter, and this is looking like they're putting a complete game together. Offense scoring, defense scoring. Palmer, they're up 2 touchdowns already.
Yeah, you got to give this coaching staff credit. They have their guys ready to go, and this is what you call firing on all cylinders early in a game.
They're coming out to tee it up for the kickoff, and that last score was a real buzzkill for this crowd. He wisely lets that one bounce through the back of the end zone, and they'll take over at the 25. They'll put this one in play first snap of the drive to the 25. Dropping back, it's Floyd. Got it in the middle of the stretch. Good call, good execution as they move the chains, and they have a first down at the 38.
Listen, I'm going to move this guy everywhere. He's in the slot this time, but I'm not going to let the defense understand where he's lining up so they can double team him, put him in the slot, put him out wide. Either way, find this guy early and often.
And after the stop, that is going to put a bow on this first quarter. So Alabama takes the lead into the quarter break. They wanted to strike first and strike hard, and they've been able to do that here in the first quarter as we take a look at the stats. This could be a pivotal moment in this game as we open the second period and they try to find a way to answer. First play of the period will be a second down. Right back to it. They knock him down, but he's got enough to get it across the line and pick up the first down. And the boys of Old Florida
Just throw it. Yeah, Jesse, throw it again. Yeah, throw it again. Just check it around. But I like when they commit to the ground game and have some success to create some dominance.
And that's a really nice play. It's impressive. Once first down, the defense thinks you might be running the football. You still can line up, get some movement at the point of attack, and find a little crease for your man.
When they've got him looking one, now to pass. Fires to the big fella. And he's knocked down immediately, but not before he moves the chains.
The big fella, the tight end, the wide receiver in a tight end's body going up and making the catch.
Looking downfield, it's Floyd. And he got smacked just as he released the pass. It's incomplete.
And everyone needs to have their packages. When they go 5 wide and they spread you wide, what's your answers? And I like the defense right here, bringing pressure, getting to the quarterback, and hitting him as he throws the football.
Pulls it in. It's Lincoln. Stopped and forced out of bounds at the 21-yard line, just outside the red zone, and they are looking to get one in here. The Gators with the 1st and 10. They just keep firing. It's caught. He hauled that one in and got it down to the 15-yard line. They say all games count the same, but you get to this portion of the season and a chance to win a top 10 battle like this carries a little extra weight.
And whoever keeps the top 10 number beside their name after this game will have earned it, because these two teams are very talented, David. We're now at the midpoint of the season. We're starting to get an idea of who these teams are. We're going to find out a whole lot more here today.
Dang right. How much implications down the road does this have? But how about you get an idea of exactly where you stand right in the middle of the season, playoffs down the road, make your statement here today.
Incomplete. He had it right in his hands for the pick, and I believe he might have been thinking about those big plays he's known for. Instead, it'll be 2nd down. Going to work in the red zone. They can't pick up the 1st down without getting it into the end zone. Quarterback may change this route. Motion from the back. Looking to throw, it's Floyd. Makes the catch. He's down at the 1 and almost had the touchdown pass on that one.
Nice completion here to this wide receiver. And we're going to see this receiver line up in different spots all over the field all game long. Defense has got to keep their eye on where this guy is, because they know he's a big part of this offense's success. Well, and you see the sense of urgency now going up, right, David, on defense. You're creating a negative play with their backs up against the wall.
Everybody selling out to stop the run. Nice job being aggressive by the defense.
He works his way ever closer all the way down to the 1-yard line.
Well, he gets tackled down at the 1-yard line, so offensively, do you feel confident enough on 3rd here trying to hand it off?
Yeah, and I'm taking both these downs, and I'm coming down.
Fired in from the red zone for the score.
3rd and goal situation as a quarterback, you're thinking, I got to find Mr. Dependable. Who is that? It's always the tight end. He does a nice job on the route. He's a really big target. That was a smart decision by the quarterback, and it ends up being a touchdown.
And the extra point was good to finish things off. Kickoff unit is out there again, and this crowd is feeling themselves after that last drive. Coming out with it, it's Davidson. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody staying in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. Let's see if they can get something going here late in the half. Looking downfield on 1st down. Release to the back. Complete. Out across the 40 and forced out of bounds at the 42. And now this offense is clicking.
Throws a nice completion there for a 1st down. This guy has been the biggest key to this team's success all season long. He's shown up in big moments. He's won big games. He's putting up big numbers, and that's why he's in the discussion to win the Heisman Trophy.
After a big gainer on that first play, now
just get downhill when you see an opening. A lot of times they close so fast, man. Be decisive, stick your foot in the ground, pick up 3 and 4, and we are not going to complain.
Second down, they'll go to the air. Fires left. Fires it incomplete.
And how nice is it to have the home crowd going absolutely bananas? Communication is harder, but the snapping the football, everybody being on time, man, this crowd really affecting the football game.
The noise is deafening, trying to make sure only the Gators get out of the swamp on third down. There's a timeout on the field. Tight game here late in the first half. Here comes this home crowd as the defense tries to get off the field on third down. From the gun, wants to pass. Grab near the sticks, and it's passed. Steered out of bounds at about the 36-yard line. A big pickup, and they are threatening.
Defenses have their hands full with him. They just give up a big pass there for a first down, but it's not just the arm you got to worry about, it's his legs too. This guy's top 10 in the nation, total touchdowns scored, and that's why he's in the discussion for the Heisman Trophy.
The Crimson Tide comes to the line with a 1st and 10. Motion from the wide receiver. Makes the catch. It's Betts. Oh, he's got some space. All down, but he has enough to move the chains.
Well, late in the year, this guy is square in the middle of the Heisman Trophy discussion because of his performance. He throws a nice completion there for a first down, but it's been week in, week out. Big moments. He's led this team to a ton of wins. He is their best player.
This quarterback part of their running game. Tough run gets it into the red zone, and they knock him down to the 17.
And the evolution of the quarterback position. Basically, you should call them running backs who throw the ball really well now.
Hey, guys, you know the other thing that happens here is that sets up the next play because you sort of let the defensive line gas trying to run down the field.
Oh, you got to be in shape, chasing him around all day on design runs, on scrambles. It's just any +1 advantage you get by having that guy. It's so hard to defend.
You got to be impressed by what you've seen by this offense so far in this game. In the first half, they've got a nice lead, and they've been able to do it with explosive plays, but they've also been able to do it with efficiency and getting first downs and staying on the field. You saw another great example right there running the football. Anything they want to do right now is working.
He's going for the goal. And he runs it in for a score. Touchdown, Bama!
You know, there's so many coaches out there in 2-minute situations at the end of the half with a lead that'll just be happy taking the lead into halftime. This guy's staying aggressive, though. Pedal to the metal, David, and you saw it paid off there for the touchdown.
And let's finish this half now. Now, we got a nice lead. Built a little bit of a lead, but the defense has to go back out there. There's still a little bit of time, so get that stop to keep that momentum you just got, and everybody will be jacked up at halftime.
The drive starts from their own 25-yard line. Off the play fake on first down, wants to throw. He's going for the big play. And they can't make the connection going for a big play on first down.
Well, the offense is doing their best to try and at least get into field goal range here at the end of the first half. So they take a vertical shot down the field, but give the defense credit. Lots of eyes back there on the quarterback. They're able to break on the ball and make sure that throw falls incomplete.
This time it's complete. We got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. That was a nice pickup, running the drag route and finding that quiet, soft spot in the zone.
Yeah, drag routes not only work against man coverage, they work against zone too. If you can find the soft spot, the quarterback gets it to him early, he can turn that field. We saw rhythm going here in the first half. We just haven't seen it in the passing game. That was a really good example of it again. If they're going to score more points in the second half, they've got to make some adjustments here at halftime.
And he goes out of bounds after a nice pickup on that one.
Nice job by the QB and receiver on this play in a 2-minute situation, knowing to work the boundary, get the first down, and get the ball out of bounds. Great situational awareness.
One more snap coming before halftime. To throw, it's Floyd. Under fire. He can haul it in, incomplete. They took a shot, but that's how we'll wrap up the half. That's going to wrap up the first half here, and now we join Kevin with the halftime update. Ready to start the second half. Alabama will kick it off. And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. Florida has the ball back, and here comes the offense. Down 2 possessions to start this third quarter. They'd love to build some early momentum.
Because you only got so many possessions here in the second half, so now you're down. I got to maximize every single one. Put your best plays together. Start this drive off on a good note.
Yeah, it starts right here. Obviously, you can't get it all back on this drive, but you can create that momentum. You can create something special and some energy. It's going to start with this offense here, executing at a high level.
He'll move it up to the 37-yard line, and it'll be a first down. Quickly to the tight end. Didn't pick up a lot there, moving forward just a few.
I like that big, reliable security. And that's what tight ends are a lot of the times. They're just usually big, huge guys that if I throw it anywhere near him, he's going to pluck it, catch it, and give me some positive numbers.
A solid pickup there before the defense is able to make the stop.
You know, as a defense, you kind of want to force the give in the RPO. You want them to run the football, and you could tell maybe the quarterback wishes he pulled this. Small gain, but some information you gathered maybe for the next time you get to run an RPO.
Quarterback adjusting the pattern. Timeout called by the defense. It's their first of the half as they'll make some adjustments.
We got this. Work for us.
And this offense just can't afford not to get the first down here. Already trailing big, and the clock is not their friend. On his feet at the 40. On the move at the 30. He's running free down the middle. Pass rush like from back is underway.
I love the execution on that play. Great blocking up front just to get the ball carrier opportunity in the second level of the defense. And at that point, it was make a guy miss and use the speed. That was a perfectly executed play.
So the kickoff team will come out after they turned in a score on that last drive. Fielded in the end zone. It's Davidson. Nothing wrong with the touchback, and they wish they had one right now, but he stopped at the 9-yard line. The Tide offense rolls onto the field. They just saw their lead cut in half, and now they'll try to answer. They'll knock him down for a loss of a couple.
And if this defense wants to get back in the football game, they've got to match the physicality of this offense. And that's a great start for the second half. Like coming out, not letting them run the football, being the more physical and more aggressive team.
They've got him then deep in their own end, and this crowd trying to help keep them there. Caught behind the line. It's Best. Turning it on. They make the stop, but not before he takes a chunk out of what they need to move the sticks.
Our coach said you'll never
just feels so different than it did in the first half. After that incompletion, now setting up fourth down, we only have a one-possession lead. Things were looking so much better earlier in the game. They're going to have to get it together throwing the football if they want to win this game.
The Gators sending the offense back to work. That running game was impressive, taking them right down for a touchdown last time, David.
Yeah, just no secret play calls, just simply we are more physical than you, and we're pounding the football right at you.
So if you're on offense this next drive, take a look at their safeties and see if they're creeping up into the box. Because of your success running the football, this might be time to take a shot down the field.
It's Humphries. And he won't quite get there. But boy, after that pickup, just a few inches to go to the first, and an array of possibilities here. The Gators lining up, just needing a few tough inches on third down. And picked off, and that's number 10. Looking for more room. The 40. He's at the 30. The 10. And with the interception, he'll take it all the way back. Touchdown, Crimson Tide.
And they come up with a huge pick six, and that is one of the reasons this defense has been so dominant all season long. They don't give up big plays, but they take the football away. And once they do, they've got better athletes than you do. They're hard to bring down. They can flip the game on a dime.
And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
Boys, if it's happening in college football, we've got eyes on it. Check this out. Florida State is just getting crushed today, and this is in front of a full house in Tallahassee. There are children there, folks. They should not be subjected to this. They're trailing by 17 to Notre Dame. Just another week of college football where we've come to expect the unexpected. Fellas?
Thanks for the update on that one. Kevin, let us know when it goes final. Caught in the backfield, it's Gordon. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage.
This offense is going to try and stretch the field vertically and horizontally. They did there throwing it to their running back to the defense. They were in perfect position to make that play for Notre Dame.
Well, will they dial up on second and a long way to go? Defense showing plenty of pre-snap movement of their own. Brings it out on the right. Lowers that shoulder, delivers the blow. Taken out of bounds after a good pickup there. They're in striking distance at the 37. That's now 200 catches in his career.
It's so impressive because of his dependability. This guy has been consistent, David, week in, week out. He shows up, and he makes plays.
And it's easy to coach a guy like that. Consistent, does the work, catches the football, you know where he's going to be. That's why he's got 200 catches.
Nice pitch and catch there, and they'll have enough for the first down.
The hardest thing to do in college football is tackling the open field. These guys are so fast, so elusive. You just want to get them on the ground. You see the swing and the miss there. It leads to extra yards. So hard for a defense to get those guys in the ground.
Through the air, it's Floyd. Throws it out in space. Oh, space. He'll go out of bounds. They'll mark him at the 16. And the Gators in a good spot here with second and short. Looking to fire. Pocket breaking down. Finds his big tight end. Works his way to the 4-yard line, and they'll have it first and goal. He is dealing on this drive, completed all 5 throws, and now they have first and goal.
And who needs balance when you got a guy like this? You trust him, getting the ball back in the pocket. The ball's coming out, spreading it around the field. Nice decision-making. This drive has been surgical for this QB.
This time he doesn't get loose, and finally the defense gets him bottled up behind the line. We've reached a break, and Alabama has the lead. Let's take a quick look at the national rankings to see how this playoff race is shaping up. As we start the fourth quarter, it'll take a pretty sizable comeback to win this one. They'd love to start this quarter off with a touchdown right here.
Banner! Banner!
Second down, they'll go to the air. Under fire. And the quarterback is knocked down back at the 13.
The quarterback now has to make sure his guys are dialed in. You can't make any more mistakes. Giving up a negative play on second down by the goal line, you've got to be really smart with this football.
And they'll try to bite a chunk out of this lead on 3rd and goal. He wants it all. Trying to blow his way in. The big tight end was fighting for every inch, but he will be stopped short, and it'll be 4th down. That leaves him with a tough 4th down situation. You'd love to just chip into the lead, but at this point, a touchdown's what you're after.
And I think it just clears up the decision-making later in the game. But I think you stay aggressive here. You try to get the touchdown. But you're not going to have very many opportunities like this left in this ball game.
We've seen this guy do it time and time again throughout his college football career. On critical down and distances, he shows up for his offense. He did right there on 4th and goal.
Looking for the 2-point try. Wide receiver comes in motion. To the air. It's Ford. And he was hit just as he released it, and it falls to the turf. They're set to kick it off, and this crowd now ready to get behind them. He'll bring it out. It's Davidson. He's brought down to the 16. Would have been much better off to take the touchback. Here comes that Alabama offense. They didn't get much done the last time they had it. Had to punt it away from deep in their own territory, hoping this drive would... And it's taken away by the defense, and they desperately need that turnover.
This guy really is the complete linebacker. Not only is he physical, and not only can he really downhill to stop the run, this guy is a wreck of a pass coverage. You saw it on that play. What can't this guy do?
Looking to throw. It's incomplete, so the 2-point conversion no good, but there is a flag on the play. Just a little too much there, a little too handsy, and they nabbed them for the defensive holding penalty. Now they'll try to tie it up with the 2 late. Maybe some confusion on the snap count there. That's maybe what caused the false start. Either way, the offense is penalized. He was trying to make adjustments late in the clock at the line of scrimmage, and it triggered the false start, and they'll back up on the 2-point try.
Complete idiot!
They got the touchdown, but still a 2-point conversion short of tying it up late. Timeout called by the offense. They obviously saw something that gave them pause before this 2-point attempt.
Focus, boys, focus!
After the score, they need this 2-point conversion to tie.
221 away, 220.
Scanning the field, it's Floyd. Fires to the wideout. He ties the game here in the 4th.
And with that 2-point conversion, they tie it up. Great job of executing at a critical moment here in the second half. And right now, guys, it feels like this is anybody's game.
He'll bring it out. It's Davidson. That gamble did not pay. as they bring him down at the 12-yard line. Guys, here comes that Alabama offense onto the field. They're probably a little rattled after that last pick six, and who could blame them? But now deep breath, settle in, get a drive started in a tie game. Catch in the middle, it's Bass.
The DB's out there trying to stop these short slant routes against man coverage. Being physical is really key. You want to get your hands on the wide receiver and really try to disrupt that timing between the QB and his target.
And he never had a chance, just stopped cold as soon as he got it.
Really good job by the defense, seeing it and going and getting it. Nice job understanding the touch pass that could happen. Those guys go in motion, man. I got to understand, safety's got to see that, start flying down, getting ready to play that. Nice job by the defense being ready for that play.
The noise is deafening, trying to make sure only the Gators get out of the swamp on third down. From the gun, wants to pass. That kind of play will get a drive started or help your field position. They've got it at the 27.
And he shows you the arm right there, but I tell you what, I've been impressed with this young man and his ability to do both. Rush, throw, lead a team, put up huge numbers in the top 10 in total TDs running and passing. And this dude very much in the Heisman race. He's had a great season. He can do a little bit of everything.
Alabama comes to the line with 1st and 10. He leaves it with his back. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that.
Defense is about seeing it and pulling the trigger. You can tell they pull the trigger so fast. Get to the back, get him on the ground quick.
Lost one on that last one. It's 2nd and 11. They'll try to get the edge on the left. Defense not budging. He's still able to get two with the 29.
Man, it's really hard to control the running game if you don't control the line of scrimmage. And how about the defensive line doing a great job attacking those guys up front, not open up lanes to run through. Nice job just nullifying that run all the way.
The Crimson Tide looking for a big play to convert on third down. From the gun, wants to pass. And that's incomplete. A defender all over him. Knocked the ball to the ground. 4th down coming up.
After that incompletion, it's decision time now if you're the head coach. Do you stay aggressive? Do you trust your offense to go get this 1st down, try and beat the clock and win the game late? Or do you trust your defense to get it back to you quickly for one more opportunity?
Tie game here late in the 4th. They want to control the ball, and they're not going to punt it away. They'll go for it on 4th down. He'll try to throw and pick up the 1st down. Make the connection, and the defense gets a 4th down stop.
I know the analytics tell me to be aggressive and go for it, but in the second half, in these ball games, the analytics don't work in every single situation. And right now, you've set them up. I just hope this one doesn't come back to bite you right in the hind.
Florida has the ball back, and here comes the offense. From the gun, again, looking for room. Got enough for the 1st.
And this offense punctuates another drive. And how about the momentum? Well, they've got it all. The offense, the defense, playing together. They're on fire right now.
Yeah, I'm really impressed, David, with the resilience of this offense because not everything was going their way earlier in this game, but they kept their head down, they kept chopping wood, they found a rhythm, and in this 4th quarter, David, they've been unstoppable.
He'll bring it out. It's Davidson. I know he thinks he can house every return, but sometimes you just have to take a fresh set of downs.
This running back is so dynamic, and you've got to be able to take advantage of his speed by getting him to the outside. So that's why you dial up the toss play there. It's a nice way to change it up and get this guy in space to go make plays.
And they'll line up from the 31 on first down. Right back to the well.